Cheese moon landing. They lowered the ladder and stepped out one by one onto the moon's surface. Tasting cheesy moon treats with giggles and glee, the explorers and their cosmic cows made snack time out of this world. It's not far now. Sam took a careful look at the trajectory. We should be there soon, in just a few more minutes, he informed everyone, sounding like a true navigator. The children gathered around the round window on the side, eager and ready. As Beyond Boundaries glided closer to the moon, details grew clearer. The surface looked strangely yellowish. Look at those craters, they look like giant bowls, Leo said with fascination. With a gentle jolt, the rocket's boosters fired to slow them down. Beyond Boundaries touched down on the moon's surface with a soft pop. They had landed. We did it! First mission success! Allie cheered, unbuckling completely and hugging Lexi in excitement. Lexi grinned. You are an amazing crew. Sam high-fived Leo, and Luna was practically bouncing on her toes as gravity returned to normal inside the ship. The artificial gravity setting was engaged for landing. Everyone hurried to put on their space helmets and gloves from a supply bin Lexi had brought. They were colorful and just the right size for kids. How convenient. The air on the moon might be different, so Lexi insisted on safety. Leo could hardly wait, already pressing his helmet on with a big grin. I can't believe we're really on the moon, he kept saying. They lowered the ladder and stepped out one by one onto the moon's surface. The sight that met them was beyond their wildest imagination. The ground was pale yellow and slightly springy under their feet. Luna took a cautious step and noticed it left a weird, squishy footprint. Guys, I think the ground is soft, she said. Allie knelt and scooped up a little lump of the moon ground. It was crumbly and had a familiar smell. It smells like cheese, Allie reported, giggling. Sam's eyes widened inside his helmet. Cheese? The moon is made of cheese? Lexi laughed. Well, this moon certainly is. Not all moons are made of cheese, but your Earth's moon is famous across the galaxies for its dairy farm, she winked. The kids couldn't believe it. They had always heard jokes about the moon being made of cheese, but here it was true. Leo boldly took a tiny nibble of the crumbly moon cheese in Ally's hand, through his helmet's special snack slot. It is cheese, he exclaimed, eyes wide. It tastes kind of like cheddar, but more magical. Everyone giggled. Luna closed her eyes and took a deep breath through her helmet filter. Even the air smelled cheesy, but in a delicious way, like a giant kitchen of grilled cheese sandwiches and pizza. Under the soft light of the sun, the moon doesn't have its own light. It reflects the sun's, as Allie reminded them excitedly. They saw gigantic craters and hills of cheese stretching out. Some of the craters had what appeared to be grass, while the others were full of what looked like a white liquid. Sam scanned with a device from the rocket. Those craters, I think they're filled with milk, he laughed. Streams of creamy white milk trickled between some of the cheese hills. It was like a magical dairyland. And then they saw movement. Gentle, white, cow-looking creatures with black spots hopping slowly across the cheese plains. Moon cows. They looked a bit like Earth cows, but with lower gravity, they moved like bouncing bunnies, boing, boing, in slow motion. They had round glass helmets over their heads to breathe moon air, and each cow's helmet had an antenna on top with a little star-shaped charm that jingled. Some cows were grazing on the edge of a grassy crater, while one was drinking up milk in another crater, and another was munching on a hunk of what seemed to be moon cheese. The children watched in wonder. Luna's heart melted at the sight of the gentle moon cows. They're so cute, she whispered, carefully pulling out her sketchbook to draw one. One curious cow heard her voice and trotted closer. It had huge, kind eyes and a slow, sweet smile. It gave a soft moo, which sounded muffled through the helmet but friendly nonetheless. Lexi approached the cow slowly, motioning for the kids to stay calm and kind. She reached out, and the moon cow gave her hand a slobbery lick through a slot in its helmet, as if to say hello. "This is a moon cow," Lexi explained softly to the kids. "They are very gentle. They spend their days making the cheese and milk that this moon was formed from." Allie gently put out her hand and giggled as the cow nuzzled it. "It's nice to meet you, Miss Moon Cow," Allie said politely. Leo was bouncing in place, as much as the low gravity allowed, wanting to pet the cow too. Luna carefully handed him a small bit of cheese she had scooped. Leo offered it to the cow. The cow sniffed and happily gobbled it up, clearly pleased to make new friends. Moon Farm Dairy.